Welcome everyone to BigGunner81 Live. So tonight, I want to first thank our sponsors, BAT Arms and Eggleston Munitions. BAT Arms is a federally licensed firearms dealer located out in Plano, Illinois, with hours by appointment, of course, and they offer a large assortment of firearms and accessories. Go check them out at batarms.com, and if you're a reloader, check out egglestonmunitions.com. They have some really awesome projectiles that are polymer coated that actually offer the benefit of having a jacket. So take a look at them. Their price point is much more affordable than jacketed projectiles, and check them out at egglestonmunitions.com. They are made right here in the U.S., Colorado Springs, Colorado. And of course, I'll put the links in the description below the video, of course. So tonight we got kind of an interesting show. We have Chuck Luke with us today. You know, he's down in Mississippi, musician, pro Second Amendment hunter. Of course, we got Patrick and Jake. Patrick from One Shot Kill It Media, and Jake over there at MGS Firearms. Which your mic's turned off, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, or you're listening to me.
We got you.
Oh, good. And of course, we got Stone Guy Kevin from. He's normally on gun channels. He's got a YouTube channel as well. At youtube.com/StoneGuy223. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Cool. So go check out his channel. So first, we're just gonna talk with Chuck a little bit. So you're down in Mississippi, and
Yes, sir.
how long have you been playing? You play just a guitar, or do you play other instruments as well?
Play a little harmonica.
Cool.
More or less than what I really love is songwriting.
Yes. Yeah.
I perform a good bit, but the writing part is what I'm more into.
How long have you been playing and writing songs?
About 10 or 12 years.
Oh, cool.
I was about 36 when I got started. So
Yeah,
I started real late.
I came across your stuff on Facebook somehow and was like, wow, this is pretty awesome.
Right.
I want to try to share this with some people. And I knew you liked the gun stuff, and so we figured, well, we'll have you on and try something new tonight. And yeah, we'll talk more about what you do with firearms and stuff. But yeah, you wanted to play one of your songs too.
Yes, sir. I wrote this. I have the most high respect for our military men and women that has fought for our country. And I wrote this song right here, Memorial Day weekend of this year. It's called the title for the soldiers that have died. Hope you enjoy. Well, I've seen it on the internet, watched it on TV. People stomping on Old Glory and burning her, you see. It really makes me sick, makes me fight mad when I think about the soldiers that have died for the freedom that you had. But I still believe in this country and the red, white, and blue. So respect the soldiers that have died for that right to you. You don't like it in this country, well, you just pack your bags and go straight to hell. You don't like our flag. My uncle served in Vietnam, got caught in World War II. My cousin in Desert Storms for the rights for me. So don't tread on me, no, try to pick the fight. Put a boot in your ass for the soldiers that have died. And I still believe in this country and the red, white, and blue. Men and women that have died for that right to you. No, don't tread on me. Try to pick the fight. Put a boot in your ass. soldiers that have put a boot in your ass. Of the soldiers that have died.
Awesome.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
How long ago did you write that song again?
I wrote Memorial Day, this past Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Awesome.
So that's fairly new stuff right there. So do you
Yes.
write like new songs whenever it just comes to you?
Yeah, it's funny how it goes. If I sit and try to write, I can't write. If I'm sitting there and it starts hitting me, I got to jump up and grab a piece of paper right then and get it right.
Yeah.
So just more, honestly, I think the good Lord lets me know it's more Him giving it to me as a gift than it is me just sitting down and thinking of it on my own. Because, like I said, sometimes the harder I try, the less I'm good at it. But it seems like sometimes I just boom. It's like, here it is, son.
The moment just hits you and you just roll with it. So
yeah, I just roll with it. So
cool.
Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I appreciate that. It means a whole lot to me. I got enough to do an album now of different stuff, and actually I do write a good many gospel songs. I've got some stuff out there on Facebook, but mainly I do most of my stuff on Facebook. I mean, YouTube. I meant to say I got some stuff on YouTube, but I do mostly Facebook stuff.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, as far as the guns and stuff go, you actually hunt. That's what your main thing is.
Yes, sir. That's what I enjoy the most. Is I like turkey hunting a lot. I squirrel hunt a little bit, but deer hunting has always been my favorite. I've took several good deer. I'll say 130 class deer. Nothing huge, but
okay.
But I've seen a lot of deer. So we got some a good deer population up here in Mississippi. Well, I'm right on the Mississippi-Alabama lines. So
Okay.
both states have.
Oh yeah, you're in the shoals part, huh?
Yes.
Are you near the shoals?
Okay. Well, no, I'm more or less. I'm around. I'm from Scuba, Mississippi, is where I'm from. So we're not around the shoreline or anything. We're sort of the flatwoods, a bunch of pines.
Okay.
That's our terrain. Pines, lime rock, and cedar trees. You get on over around the edge of Alabama. So.
Cool. So when did you start with your hunting and everything? Like when did you actually get into it?
My daddy was putting me on stands. Of course, he taught me gun safety.
Right.
Because it seems mighty young, but my dad was a hunter and he hunted with dogs. We had walker dogs, and he was putting me on the stand by myself when I was 5 years old, and I was killing deer at the age of 5 with a 20 gauge automatic Remington 1100.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I think I killed. When I was 5, I killed 5 that year. I killed 5 deer that year, and it was like,
how many liberals' heads just exploded by that statement? 5 years old hunting on a deer stand.
True, but yeah, and it's a gun. To me, you have to teach a kid respect, and that's what I was taught, and it was drove into me and then instilled into me, and I've let several good deer go at the age of 5. Bucks,
right.
At the age of 5 because somebody was in the path when they come out. I mean, that was just, I didn't shoot. I didn't take chances, So you got to really, just be careful.
Well, I think that, I think that speaks a lot to maturity level, and how your daddy, how
Yes.
they raised you, because I know some 15-year-olds that wouldn't have the sense to, not take the risk. So for you at 5 years old to have the maturity and understanding, I think speaks volumes to your daddy and how he taught you.
It was.
I
Yes.
agree. So, how many of you guys just I don't know if you guys over at MGS, Patrick at One Shot Kill Media, if you guys do any hunting or if Stone Guy hunts at all.
I don't do like a whole lot of hunting and stuff like that. I mean, I've gone a few times here and there just with some buddies. Most of what I do is a lot of basically just I've always just like shooting as a skill and target shooting, working on precision and other skills, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I've always geared myself towards. But definitely being in the in Wisconsin in general, there's always a lot of opportunities for hunting, whether it's turkey, deer, and there's a whole mess of opportunities to hunt up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if Stone Guy, if you were going to say that you hunt also, or you don't.
I have, it's not something I do regularly. I do enjoy hunting. I just don't have the opportunity to do it on a regular basis. But absolutely, I think that's I think it's a good skill for everybody to possess. The ability to hunt, the knowledge to know how to dress an animal out and feed yourself.
I agree with that. I think that's, even though I'm not a hunter myself, I never really got the opportunity to grow up into that or get to learn about it. But I agree that, if some worse comes to worse and you have to be able to feed yourself, like you said, don't have the first idea on how to skin a deer or, take all the guts out or whatever. I mean, I'm not using the right terminology because I don't know, but I do agree that that's something that's important to learn. Of course, I live in the suburbs, so my opportunities are further away. I have to travel someplace to go hunt. It's a little different, but that also speaks to the many different facets when it comes to firearms and our Second Amendment. We've got our hunting, we got self-defense, we got sport shooting, and there's so many different little spread out areas of each one of those things that brings a great vastness to what's out there, in a sense.
Absolutely, and I think it's important to know that, not only as hunters, but like you said, all facets of the gun community, whether you're a competition shooter, a target shooter, a hunter, ski, whatever, I think it's important not to separate or segregate those many variations. I know, like, they call them the FUDs of like the old NRA members that seem to be like, as long as they can have their over-under shotgun and their 30-06, they could care less about our modern-day sporting rifles, such as the AR-15. And I think that's a bad, or it's not a great stance to take. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Like, as gun owners and people who support the Second Amendment, we need to support all facets of it, not just our little niche, because it brings us all up. It doesn't just bring up that one area.
right, exactly.
Just like one of the things that, as you guys may know too, like previously, I try to find any way I can help support women in the shooting sports or in the firearms industry, because I think it's important to get more women involved in what a lot of people would think of previously as being like a men's sport or hobby or whatever. And I think
especially in the competition
right
venue, and that's I shoot IPSC or USPSA, and we're seeing a huge influx of women over the last. I've been real active over the last 5 years, and in that 5 years, I've seen a huge influx of women, and I think you're absolutely right on when women truly are the future of not only sports shooting but just gun ownership in general. The more women we can get involved, I think that's going to spread, the gun community exponentially, in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100% with that. The more moms and women that we can get involved, the less that we have of the moms that are afraid of gun owners because of the tragedies that happen with some of our schools in our country. There'll be those women that can say, no, this is the act of evil person, not the gun. And kind of help to spread some of the positive aspects of firearm ownership that we don't see through the media because all the things are skewed a little bit. So Patrick and Jake, you guys got anything new that you're working on?
Well, it's kind of like we talked about last week. We're trying to gear up for a little bit of a giveaway thing that we're going to have going here. We just finally are getting all the little pieces of the puzzle in so we can start creating the content that we need. Probably going to be putting together a few more reviews on different pistols and rifles and stuff like that. Once we can get our hands on an Add-A-Ball 1 to 4, we're definitely going to be taking a look at that. So there's a lot of different things going on. It's just kind of where we're going to put the energy. We got to figure that out at this point.
The Add-A-Ball 1 to 4 looks pretty impressive.
It looks bad.
Ryan was using that in the Nationals this past weekend.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I think he had pictures and some video and stuff like that. So it looks like it operated quite nicely. So I can't wait to actually see it in person.
Yeah, from what I saw of it on his video, it's pretty neat looking setup. So it's on my list eventually to get. I definitely want to get at least a 1 to 4 or a 1 to 6. So that one's very possible. But speaking of Add-A-Ball, though, I don't have it here with me, unfortunately. But when I bought my MCRD from them, I bought their 1.5 to 5x magnifier.
Yeah.
And I didn't really use it with the MCRD. But the other day I was playing around with my Vortex Strikefire that I have.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let me see how this works with this, just out of curiosity, and it actually works pretty well. The only downside is, as I already knew, I need to get a better mount for the magnifier.
Yeah.
Because the one that is on it now is not very good. It loosens up and stuff.
You need to look into that the Bow Brogue mount?
Oh no, it's it's basically, what was that? It's a little magnifier, right?
Yeah, it's like a 1 to 5x magnifier that kind of similar to like the EOTech flip to side thing, but not really EOTech quality.
There's a quick detach mount that maybe I'm getting the name wrong, but we did an interview with Vortex at the Iraq Vet Shoot, and there's a new mount that it's a quick detach mount that he had set up on a lot of the optics out there, and I'll have to refer to the video and give you the name, but it was super slick.
Is it the one that has like the push button almost in the front of it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I forget who makes that also, but I have seen that. I was like, that's pretty cool, but I'm not looking to spend a lot of money on it, honestly. I'm looking for something that's a little bit more reasonably priced that's just going to be solid. Now, whether it's a quick detach or a flip to side, that's kind of the deciding factor, because I do want to have it so I can remove it easily, or at least move it out of the way easily.
Right.
Realistically, the rifle that I was playing around with it on is a 20-inch barreled AR-15. They're not really going to necessarily be running around with it for competition. It's just more or less playing around with it for doing a little more distance type shooting.
Gotcha.
But it's pretty neat to have that little 1 to 5x just to pop it on there behind an optic I already have, versus buying a new optic. But I still am looking at a 1 to 4 or a 1 to 6 for the 3-gun competition stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, the Add-A-Ball one looks like it'll be pretty sweet. So once we actually get our hands on it, stuff like that, I'll let you know.
Right. Any word on how long it might be?
I'd be thinking any time now, either maybe this week or next or something close by. So.
Yeah, because they just got them imported, I think, or they're still on the way in from being.
I think that's the case that we're looking at right now. Is they're probably on the way somewhere. So.
Yeah, I think that Ryan got one of the first ones that got shipped over, if I remember right. So that's how it worked out. He's got it already.
Yeah.
On the topic of guns, as always, Chuck. So here's a question for you. What gun that you own now is your favorite gun, and what do you just mean? I'm sure you use it for hunting, but what's your favorite firearm you got in your collection?
Brown and A-Bolt 300 mag.
I heard the 300 mag. I didn't hear the first part.
Yeah, Brown and A-Bolt.
Oh, okay. Browning, nice. That's very cool.
Leopold's coat. I like Leopold's coats. Up this way, that's what most of us optic with.
Yeah, that is. Leopold does make really nice optics, no doubt. That's what my friend has on his Remington 700, which is a 308 custom build with the MDT TAC 21 chassis that I used for taking a long-range rifle class recently, which I shot out to like 600 yards with. And
yeah,
it was pretty impressive, pretty nice optic. I mean, I couldn't tell you what model it was because I don't remember.
Do you remember the power? Like a 3x9 or 4x12 or something?
No, I don't.
3x9. I'm sorry, but they're stopping me.
Oh no, that's fine. You can mention that too. What you're using. It's fine. You know more than I do about the one I shot with.
No, mine's 3x9, about 50 millimeter.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
See, I'm still learning about optics. So like, you know, red dots and things like that, I kind of have a handle on, but I'm still learning as far as magnification. Like what, you know, I can hear the numbers and kind of get the gist of it, but actually having it physically in front of me and looking at it is a totally different thing for me to learn. You know, like to correlate between the numbers to what it actually does in my hands or in my eyes. So, yeah.
I got a question for you. That you.
Go ahead.
Okay. I know y'all do a lot of moving and shooting at the same time, so obviously y'all use both eyes open when y'all shooting, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, sometimes I find myself when I pause, I'll close my left eye when I'm shooting my rifle. Sometimes I try not to.
Yeah. That's something that I've always done. I've always left both eyes open, even as hunting, you know, deer hunting and stuff. And I see a lot of people that do close their eye and their opposite eye, and that was just a question that I wanted to know.
Right.
Have done any?
No, I get that. And one issue that I have is like with stigmatism or whatever. I think it's my stigmatism that causes this. Sometimes when I focus on my front sight, I'll get a little bit of a double vision on it, and that drives me nuts. But you know, if I kind of like adjust my focus a little bit, or where I try to, you know, it's hard to explain, or if I close the left eye, for example, then I can see a little clearer. Again, I think that's stigmatism that causes it, but it's not real bad for me.
Now, I've heard if you have astigmatism and you look at a red dot and it kind of flowers,
yes,
then that's a good sign that you have astigmatism.
And that happens to me too. Street lights at nighttime, same thing. I get like the flowering around the street lights, and it kind of screws with me. But with red dot, what I'll find is I'll turn it down to a lower setting. You know, I would say the lowest setting that I can see it decently at. Then it kind of reduces the amount of like flowering or distortion around that red dot for me. So that helps a lot. Like if I'm indoors and I have it turned on and it's on a relatively low setting, I'll get a lot more of that like starburst flowering effect, whatever you want to call it, versus when I take it outside, where it's not too bad. I mean, for me, it's not a horrible thing at this point, but it's just something me I have to deal with personally when I shoot, and it kind of screws me up a little bit.
Magazine will no longer feature.
So, yeah, I was muting Patrick there for a second and Jay because I heard in the background. I didn't know if they were. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
I thought it was muted. I just found out that.
You just found out something that is probably going to break the internet.
Right.
Wait, what are you going to break? What was it going to say that was going to break the internet?
Apparently, Playboy is no longer showing pictures of nude women.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Articles only now?
Yeah.
As a side note to that, to get off topic a little bit, I saw that on our, I don't know if you guys have patch pages in every area of the country or what, but they have like these patch pages on Facebook. That's like a local little news like Facebook thing, and they posted that, and I'm like, really? That's what you guys are using for news now? That Playboy is not going to be publishing nude images because you can point and click on the internet and find nudes? Anyhow, they kind of like stoop to like the shocking type stuff to get attention, I guess now. We're supposed to be like local news and stuff, but anyway.
Gotta get some clicks.
Yeah, once in a while you'll see a gun thing on there though too. Like they'll make some comment and like it's like, oh yeah, like whoever runs it, I don't know. You get the feeling that it's ran by like some liberals or something, and so you'll like bunch of people.
That's like most anything, like any popular media source these days.
Yeah, very very true. But yeah, you'll actually get a lot of people because luckily, even in my area, there's a lot of people that disagree with the gun stuff.
Yeah.
There still is, I think, more good, solid people that believe in it in our area, so they'll jump on there on the Facebook and, kind of like give them the what for type thing.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that. At least there's still good people in the world, that actually see stuff that's going on and not just like, well, it's not fair to say, I suppose. I should rephrase that. There's a lot of people that are liberals and liberals is a broad categorization, but a lot of people in general that have their heart in the right place. They want to see nobody get hurt and everything be wonderful and rainbow and unicorns and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is that the means that they offer up about how to do it don't make sense with what works in reality.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
And that's our rant of the week. So, yeah, what else I have going on? I mean, what's that?
I says one thing I could say about where I live. I doubt it's a house in the county that I live in that you could go in and not find a gun. I mean, you could find it in every house. I mean, we don't have none of those anti-gunners around here. So.
Yeah, that's right. Get ran out. Here's a question for you too. What are the carry laws like in Mississippi?
I mean, you can legally tote on your side,
So you can carry basically a gun that's unconcealed, basically.
Right, unconcealed unless you have concealed carriers. If you have concealed carrier, it has to be concealed. Yeah.
But for someone who wants to carry one, open carry.
Yeah, you can open carry. Yeah.
There's no licensing required or anything like that. It's just you can. Carry.
If you open carry, it's not.
Okay. So once you go concealed, that's when you need a license.
Right.
Yeah. See, we just got concealed carry. We don't have any open carry here. Here's another question too. And I mean, I know you're not like the law and legislators and all that, but just from what you've seen in your area and know from firsthand experience, when it comes to like rifles, for example, do they have to be in a case if you need to carry them someplace?
If you're transporting them to hunt, you're supposed to have like your cartridges in the glove box, and you're not supposed to have any in your magazine or your clip or your barrel, of course.
Right.
You're not supposed to have your gun loaded, and it's supposed to be in a separate compartment, like in your console or your truck or either your.
And see, that was what was so crazy about the whole Texas thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess there was a lag.
Yeah, Chuck was going to say something, I think, yet.
No, so go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask you, too, to ask you this question real quick before Stone Guy asks this question. If you're transporting it from like your house to your car, or if you're bringing it into a gun store, does it have to be in a case?
No.
No. See, like by
not
us,
to my knowledge.
Yeah, right. That exactly. Not by going by what you've seen and know again, because it's not necessarily the law, but by us, technically, I wouldn't say technically, legally, we do have to have our firearms in a case, unloaded, to be able to transport them around, whether walking in and out of a building or our house. Well, I should say our house. On your property, you can do that, but if you're transporting out of the car, like say a gun store or the range or something, it's got to be in a case.
Okay, because I understand that, but if it's only pistol only that's considered concealed. I mean, carriers, right? I mean, what would you like your ARs?
Right.
You have to have them in a case too, right?
Yeah, they have to be in a case. We can't openly carry them. Like even if you were to sling it up on your back, for example, you can't carry it that way. It has to be in a case, unloaded. No matter if you're, just walking out from like a gun store, to your car or something, or if you're going to the range, you can't have them open out of the case. You have to carry them to the out of the car.
What state is that that you're in?
And I'm in Illinois, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
and that's what I was about to say. As far as the whole thing in Texas, what was so crazy about Texas? Right. I know you guys have all heard about the Chipotle incident, and see in Texas, you're legally able to open carry a rifle in Texas, but not a handgun.
Right, which is so backwards.
Exactly. That's what was so convoluted about that whole.
Many people think that inside, oh, Texas is like the most gun-friendly state ever. Oh yeah, everything's great in Texas with guns. No, they have a lot of issues too right now. I mean, they're better than a lot of states, no doubt, but it's not as friendly as people think. Arizona is actually the top state, for being firearm friendly.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Texas is the home of that awesome new protest too.
Oh yes, yeah. I know you posted that.
Yeah.
Oh, the campus carry thing for the
Cox not Glock.
That was
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, that is bizarre. So what? Tell me again. Like, I caught a glimpse of that thing, but I didn't really read into it too much because I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Now
Yeah.
Jake's walking away, but
They
So-
hung dildos out of their book bags. And
Right.
That was their thing, and they were chanting "Cox, not Glocks" in protest of the ability to carry a firearm on campus, I guess.
right. So what's the point of that exactly? What's the point of them open carrying a dildo out of their school bag to protest that? Like, what are they doing? I mean, like, people are going to be like, oh, that's disgusting, or something. I mean, what's the idea?
For the background information that I heard on that, it was that you would get a obscenity fine of like $500 for doing that, as opposed to having no fine for carrying a deadly weapon. And it's a stupid, ass backwards type way to protest something, if you ask me.
It is.
It's kind of like I don't know. I mentioned it on my Facebook page. And I was just like, out of all the groups you could pick to try to draw into a dumbass argument, you pick the group that fights for people's rights probably more than anybody these days, and that's gun owners.
Right.
And it's like the attention that they're getting on this, they could be putting all that towards, like fighting sexual violence and stopping rape on campus and everything. But instead, it's, oh no, it's the guns problem. Like, what if every single one of those ladies demonstrating took a concealed carry course and learned how to shoot? Like,
No.
it changed some minds and, like, let's evolve a little bit here,
Yeah, I was just trying to pull up that thing off your page here. Of course, computer runs kind of slow when we're doing this, but I think it's a way bizarre thing. Oh, here we go. With the it'll take me a second to screen share it for you guys, but I gotta share it because it's just bizarre. I'll have to flip it so everyone see this, but
There you go.
yeah. So here you guys go. So basically, Patrick posted on his Facebook on One Shot Kill It Media LLC hashtag Cox not Glocks. So they walk around with a dildo hanging out of their backpack to protest. It's protest open carry or concealed carry. I forgot what you said now.
Yeah,
But-
that was the other thing that didn't make any sense about this. If you're looking at it from just a standpoint of, protesting against something, they're protesting the concealed carry of a weapon by open carrying a obscene item.
yeah. Okay, exactly. That's what I thought. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. They're not protesting something that you can actually see. So it's just nuts. I don't know, but I can't get this. Yeah, I know. Pardon the pun. It's just nuts.
That might be the one thing that's missing.
Yeah, exactly. See, I walk into puns all the time apparently, but yeah, my thing I was gonna say. Oh man, it's falling apart here. But, I don't know. I lost it. I forgot my train of thought. It just went away. That whole thing just went away. But yeah, it's just a bizarre way of doing. Oh, I know what it is. Just the attention. I mean, look at how funny it is to us. We're giving it attention, right? So I'm sure that's a great attention getter for a protest.
Yeah.
I'll give them that much for it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, too, where it's like, okay, why don't they use it for a real issue as opposed to, like, just once again blaming the guns and it's guns. Ow, because guns.
Right. Exactly. So it's crazy, but or as I said, it's nuts.
Yeah.
That could totally be a new hashtag to add on to that stuff.
Yeah.
Unless someone's using it already, because like the Sig Sugar thing, or no, Sig Timber. I'm like, oh, I thought I just thought of something good, and then it's like, oh, wait,
No.
people are using that already.
It's October now.
It's October right now. Yeah, you got it.
I know that. But I get that. That's why I was thinking about it, because like last month I was like, oh, Sig Timber, they should come up with something for Sigs, because everyone's talking about Glocktober coming up, and I'm like, then they're like, yeah, that one didn't really stick very well. People already kind of thought of that one. I'm like, oh man, I'm behind the time. So, yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean I don't have a whole lot going on right now. I mean I got a couple of things that'll be coming up at some point here, for my channel, which is you guys might have seen on my Facebook. I won a giveaway from Barry's Manufacturing, Barry's Bullets, and they basically sent me like 500 projectiles and shirt and hat and some stuff like that. And so I'll do a video review on their products at some point, or on their projectiles at some point. That's going to be coming.
Do you reload currently?
Yes, I do actually.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to go buy a 550 because they sent you projectiles.
No, I'm using I actually have a Hornady press right now. I like the Dylan stuff, no doubt. Dylan makes nice quality stuff. I just started out with Hornady and I kind of stuck with it.
Yes, Hornady's a good setup.
Yeah,
especially if you're doing single stage, like especially for rifle bullets, where you can do more precision stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have their single stage press, and I've got their lock and load progressive press.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got both of them. I think on my YouTube channel, which is about like, should I buy a progressive press or something it's called? I forget. Or which press should I buy? I forget what I titled the video, but that's on there. So if somebody wants to check out my setup, there's a lot of videos with my reloading stuff. But yeah, actually I reload. Normally I use Eggleston Munitions projectiles for like reloading 9mm, and I haven't really done much 45 yet. So when I do, I will be using some of their 45 projectiles as well. I've got a few other brands still in my lot that I got to burn through as well, but I do like the Egglestons, and I mentioned that many times, not just because they're a show sponsor, of course, but I started using their products. I gave them a try and I liked them, and I looked at the price point and the customer service behind it, and that's why I kind of stuck with it. And then we started building a relationship together, and now they sponsor my show. So that's really.
I think that speaks volumes, amongst or across all, I guess, manufacturers or whoever. I'd be willing to pay, slightly more to get that customer service and to get that, that actual person standing behind their product. I think is way important.
Absolutely, that's very true, and that's like. And the thing is, there's so many great companies out there too. Like we mentioned about Dylan and Hornady. Now, I haven't had any Dylan presses, so I haven't experienced their customer service, but friends of mine have, and they say they've had great experiences with their customer service and all that. I can only speak for what I've owned, and with Hornady, they've been great with their customer service. I mean, example, I had the hand priming tool that I bought from my friend, and the spring was missing inside of it for resetting the handle or whatever. So I went to them and said, hey, can I buy one of these springs from you guys? And they said, well, we'll warranty it. Just send us the whole thing back. And so I did, and like, I don't know, a week or two later or whatever it wasn't that long, they sent me a whole brand new one. They didn't even just send me the spring. They sent me the whole hand priming tool, the whole thing, brand new in the box. So I'm just checking out. Patrick's playing with some optics there. But what do you guys got there, Patrick?
That's a Night Force 1-4. Just came into the shop today, so we just wanted to check it out quick too, see what the illumination looked like on there. So.
What colors does it do? Red and green, or just red, or?
Red. Yeah, just red.
Okay.
Nice looking optic though.
What's the price point on it?
Expensive.
Yeah, new they go for about I think like 2 to 24.
Yeah.
Say that again.
They go for like 2 to 2400 new.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, but I wouldn't expect any less at you guys. At MGS Firearms, right? Top line, elitist jerk quality stuff, right?
Yeah, that's
Sig sugars all around.
That's right. I'm just teasing you because you always do have really nice stuff. And you guys are really competitive and everything, no doubt about it. So I'm just giving you a hard time, but.
that's fine.
So by the way, speaking of your sellable items, there, what happened to that Devil Dog Arms rifle? Did you guys finish putting it back together?
Oh yeah, it's put some new furniture on it, cleaned it up. It's works fine.
Yeah.
The rail's messed up. Like I realized that's kind of that. I think that is kind of like a shortfall of their product because I don't think their rail was designed to be extremely durable, and it's mostly just how it actually mounts to the barrel nut. It's just these two little set screws, and they're kind of flimsy, and honestly, that
a lot of
the rail torqued and just cracked the rail, and I mean it's still on there, but it's on not straight anymore, and it's cracked. But,
right. A lot of those handguards are installed that way. I mean, like with set screws on the side.
Yeah.
Some on the bottom, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I would contact them and talk to them about it. Maybe they'll come up with something even different in their design in the future. Because I mean, they're a pretty good company to work with, for sure. I mean, for those who haven't seen it, that rifle that I'm talking about is one of the Devil Dog Arms rifles that you guys did a torture test on. There's a video out there too. It's on MGS's YouTube, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's on MGS Firearms. YouTube.com/MGS Firearms. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think we tried changing yours to that. I don't know if it ever took or not though.
I don't know if
Yeah.
Well,
either way, if you look up AR-15s suck.
Yeah, there you go.
It's one of those videos.
Yeah, or MGS Firearms. You'll find it on YouTube. But that rifle.
I got a comment on one of my videos today, the SIG MCX video.
Oh yeah.
The comment was, it was going really well, and then I had to explain to my 13-year-old daughter what you were doing.
What?
You watched the video?
Have you seen
No,
that one?
I haven't seen.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
seen the SIG MPX one.
Take a shot at SIG guys and HK guys and that. You'd have to just watch it and get it.
Okay, I will watch it because I haven't watched it yet. I was aware of it, but I didn't actually click on it to watch that video yet.
Yeah. I think I've seen the one you're talking about.
You did. I'm gonna after we get done.
All right then.
After we get done here, I'll watch it for sure. Because now I feel bad I didn't see it. I skimmed the cover of it or whatever you want to call it, and that's it.
I mean, because I have a pretty decent, serious tone throughout most of the video. And
yeah.
You try to be serious the whole time, and then all of a sudden, I just can't do it anymore.
I love your video with how to shoot like a boss or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying the title right. That was just a classic video. I love the splits in there where you have different haircuts and stuff.
Yeah.
You film it at different times. and that's kind of on YouTube. I'm kind of switching gears a little bit because we're kind of talking about what I was working on and stuff, and just with YouTube in general. But you'll find there's the super high quality TV production guys that take everything to the top level serious, and then there's people that are just amateurs, kind of like where I'm at, sort of. They just kind of put videos together. Some might be a little worse than mine. I don't know. It doesn't really matter as long as people are making content. That's great. But then you got what you guys are working on, which is very funny and satirical, and you don't take it seriously, and the production quality adds to the experience in a sense. Like the what do you call it? The chroma key thing.
Oh,
where you
yeah.
do a little bit of the stuff around your body because of the chroma key way it's set up.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of looks seriously production, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And it adds to it. It's awesome. I think it's great. So I enjoy what you guys do too. You know, so.
Well, we have fun doing it. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like a lot of this stuff is. I guess our goal for a lot of this is to keep it kind of lighthearted and funny, but to also be informative, because there's so many channels and people out there that are like either straight up like funny but idiotic and you never take any advice from them, or super, super serious where you're like, okay, I'm going to watch this hour-and-a-half long video, but I'm not going to laugh ever. You know, and it's kind of a nice blending that we're able to do with our stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's like, my goal at least with it was, I know I'm inevitably going to rub someone the wrong way.
You know
I want to be entertaining, you know.
Right.
There's a lot of really good product reviewers out there. And they have very big subscriber bases, and they make really good content, but I'm personally just get bored of them so easily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm listening. Sometimes I feel like I'm basically just watching a product pitch, and it's 20 minutes of what kind of styrofoam they used inside the box. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know. And sometimes I can end up doing that too, where you go a little bit too overboard on some details. But I get what you're saying. There's some channels that are just like want to be super particular, all the specs, everything on it.
I mean, in truth, that's a very easy way to get kind of, you know, popular at least in the YouTube gun community, because a lot of people who are into guns like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Unboxing videos. I mean, I've done a lot of those too. People like.
I would like to like. I guess I want to make a channel that would appeal to people who aren't even necessarily gun people.
Right. Kind of split your audience a little bit in a sense, or where you're getting your audience draw from. That's a good point, you know, because I think the most successful channels are and oftentimes are the ones that draw people from all walks of life or all backgrounds. You know, I think that's kind of just a generalized statement in a sense, but.
Well, it's one thing to consider too. I mean, not to interrupt you, but you know, it's like if you look at, you know, how do we expand the gun culture? How do we expand people that aren't like, oh, guns are evil and we should cut every single one in half and be Australia or whatever, you know? You do that by finding a way to reach out to people that normally wouldn't click that gun video or wouldn't look at that video, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Someone I was talking to today said to me, speaking of that, like, how just to give an expression of how there's different people all over the place, this person said to me, yeah, I'd like to learn how to shoot a gun and how to do it safely and properly and everything, but I don't think I'd want to have one in my home. And I'm like, okay, why not? I mean, what's your reservation of not having one in your home if you want to learn how to use it safely? So I don't have a response on that yet, but I'm just trying to figure it out. Because I think it's great. I'm not going to discourage them if they're not going to have one in their house. Okay, fine. If you're willing to learn how to do it and be honest with it and get that skill, hey, that's awesome. So yeah, Stone Guy I was just mentioning he's going to take off because his wife's in the back.
Yeah.
I'm asking him to
See you,
do
Stone.
something. So, hey Kevin, Stone Guy, thank you for coming in. So he's gone, but sometimes people don't see the side chat, so they miss that. But
Yeah.
I know we're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon anyway. So before we go, too, Chuck, do you have any other songs you want to play before we're done?
Sure, I'll do another.
Yeah, like if you got something else that's
I got one where I'm bashing liberals and Democrats. Is that okay?
Is that
yeah,
okay?
that's fine. That's fine. I don't care. You know, whatever.
All right. Sure.
I was a Democrat at one point. I'm a reformed, I guess, Democrat in the Republican.
Well, you are from Illinois. I think pretty much everyone is.
I think you're born a Democrat.
I was born Democratic. My parents brought me up as a Democrat, and then I realized later on that these values didn't jive with me. So, anyway, yeah, we'll let Chuck go ahead and play it for us.
This one was called "I See Your Change." Just an old country boy from Mississippi, grew up in the Delaware swamps, just a hungry fishing. But I see some things in my country troubles me today.
How the hell did our country ever get this way? See veterans that fought for our freedom, starving in the streets. See people living high on the hog, never worked to live. I see a president sign with the thugs instead of men in blue. Well, Mr. President, got something to tell you. I see your change, and I don't like it. I see your change, and I'm not frightened, but I'm mad as hell, and that's for sure. Mr. President, I won't take any more of your change. Got liberals and Democrats protesting in the streets, burning, looting every business that they see. Hollering we want justice when justice was done. When your government started beating on a cop, try to take his gun. I see your change, and I don't like it. I see your change, and I'm not frightened. I'm mad as hell, and that's for sure. Obama start another civil war. You change. What a crying shame. Yes, you to blame. South will rise again from your chain. Sweet home Alabama and Mississippi, all the good folks in Dixie, rebels, rednecks, and hippies, they're tired of your chain.
Awesome.
Cool.
So,
Nice stuff.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out with us tonight. I also do want to mention real quick, too, before we take off here in a minute. Check out BATArms.com and check out BAT Arms on Facebook. They have a contest going on. They're trying to drive some likes for their Facebook page. I think when they get to 500, they'll be giving away some gift certificates. We'll probably be doing that on the show, too, here. So go check them out. Give them a like, share their page, get your friends to like them, and also check out egglestonmunitions.com. Again, Patrick and Jake there, thank you again for being on with us, as always. You guys got any last things you want to mention that we didn't cover?
I mean, nothing too crazy. Like I said, I mean, we'll just be developing all the stuff that, you know, content-wise and everything that we'll need over the next couple weeks, and, you know, we'll definitely mention on the next couple shows coming up here once we get everything moving. So.
Cool. Awesome. I appreciate it. So, and Chuck, I know, too, you on Facebook, you go by Timothy C. Luke. So
Yeah,
some people might find you underneath Timothy C. Luke as well, but Chuck is what you actually go by.
Right.
So just not to confuse everybody when they see your name on it,
Right.
they can find you.
Yeah.
But again, thank you so much for being on. And you know, if you got anything else new that comes up that you want to share with us, let us know. We'd love to have you hang out with us again in the future. So, and on that note,
I'll send it to you, Rick.
Absolutely. And on that note, guys, everybody else out there, go out and have some fun shooting, and we'll see you next week.
Nice to meet you guys.